All right, welcome. So find that comfortable seat. And if a seat doesn't feel great today, then lying down on your back is always welcome. So I want to read, as we settle into our stillness, I want to read something for you. I pulled a card as I was looking for inspiration on what to share this evening in our meditation. I pulled a card and I got some animal wisdom for us from salmon, which means perseverance. So as we settle in here, connect with the breath and tune into this message, connect with what feels good and resonates, and leave the rest. So salmon, perseverance. Salmon will swim upstream against all odds to return to their place of creation. You too, on some level and on some scale, are being asked to return to your own home of spiritual creation, wisdom, and truth. The space of your heart, your spiritual center. And just like a salmon, your journey may bring you face to face with some incredible, seemingly insurmountable odds. What to do when it feels impossible. Fully trust your heart's calling, your spirit's nudges, and then follow where they lead. Know that when you are in alignment with your heart and your spirit, limitless determination, sustenance, strength, and vision will be made available to you. Know your heart. Know your spiritual center. Make a study of your vibration, your whispers, your resonance, and your song. These sacred spaces within will never lead you astray, but it's up to you to commit yourself fully and intentionally to them and to the guidance they offer. Breathe into that message as we sit here and find stillness. Let the belly soften on the inhale. Let it draw in towards the spine on the exhale. As the awareness and connection falls to the breath, allow the body, the heart, the spirit to share that wisdom with you. Allow yourself to get even closer to the message of the heart, of the spirit. As you consider what might be those insurmountable next steps. What does the heart and the spirit say for your next best step? Allow any logic, any rational thoughts, anything from the thinking mind to fall away and really tune into what the heart, what the spirit have to say for you here in this moment. And know that whatever it is, let there be the wisdom and truth in it. No need to explain it. Breathe deeply into the belly. Those deep belly breaths allowing us to connect even more so to the body, to the heart, to the spirit and its wisdom and truth. Know that what feels like an uphill battle, that swimming upstream, know within you lies the possibility, those next best steps, the things, the actions, the words that need to be taken to move forward. Taking a few more rounds of breath here, allowing the tension to melt from the shoulders, from the jaw. Allowing the spine to lengthen with each inhale, sitting a bit taller. Feel that deep, grounded connection through the mat to the earth. We'll begin to draw the energy back into the body, taking any wiggles as we begin to open the eyes. When you're ready, we'll inhale, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, press the palms together, lower to heart center. Again, we'll inhale and reach. Palms together to heart center. One more time. Inhale and reach. Exhale, palms to heart center. We'll reach the left hand in front of us, right hand behind, Inhale to find length through the spine. Exhale, a nice gentle twist. Opening to the side wall. And exhale back through center. This time right hand in front, left hand behind the tail. Inhale to find length. Exhale for that gentle twist. And exhale back through center. Inhale, arms reach wide. You might even want to gaze up, a nice gentle back bend. And then exhale, one hand presses into the heart, the other on top. Inhale and reach. And exhale, hands into the heart. One more time. And exhale. Pause here for a moment, setting an intention for the rest of our time here together. Might be allowing or a reminder actually to let the wisdom in the body, in the heart, in the spirit to bubble up a bit more and to find ways to quiet the mind, to give pause when the thoughts come forward. Perhaps it's to find a stretch, a bit of expansion in a specific part of the body. Or even kind, loving words for yourself or someone you know that needs them. So we'll exhale, release the hands. Let's find deer pose here. So the right shin is going to be parallel to the top edge of your mat. Left shin is parallel to the long edge. We feel deer pose through the hips. So giving yourself time to play here. We'll inhale, find length. And as we exhale, leaning forward over that right shin. Notice here how the hips feel. If this is great, there's a nice stretch there, some opening, amazing. I often have to walk my hands over, in this instance, over to the left, so my chest is over that right foot. I can feel it a bit more through the hips. So give yourself a chance to kind of walk between those two places, maybe even exploring beyond. Noticing what feels best for you here as we find that gentle opening through the hips. And as we've settled into stillness, perhaps it's just now that you start to feel that full expression through the posture. This is when my left hip starts to say good evening. We'll inhale, rise up. Option here to find joy pose before we transition to the other side, pressing the right palm down into the mat, lifting the hips, and the left hand reaches back. And exhale, lower, and we'll shift to the other side. So the left shin is now parallel to the top edge of the mat. The right shin is parallel to the long edge. We'll inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Know that this side can feel very different than the first side. Always give yourself a chance to play, explore here where you think you can rest in, settle into the posture. Where you want your heart to lean. Is it over the shin? Is it over that left foot? Maybe it's even more to the left or more to the right. Always know that you can explore here, trust what your body's guiding you to. Just let it be the wisdom in the body, not your mind trying to tell you what the posture needs to look like. I feel like on this side, my right hip was always talking to me. I've mentioned this before in other practices, but the right side of the body being the masculine side, that masculine energy, the drive, the motivation, competition. The left side, the feminine, the restorative, the nurturing, slow down. Perhaps that can add a level of wisdom to this posture and what you're feeling here and now. Inhale, rise up. Option to find joy pose, pressing the left hand in behind the left hip. Raise those hips, reach the right hand back. Exhale, lower the hips. Let's turn, the feet will face the short edge of your mat. We're going to find a restorative bridge pose. So if you have yoga block or bolster, great. Other things that you can use, you can roll up a towel or towels to get a thickness of about 6 inches. If you have a stack of books, just making sure that you can get them secure. Several blankets, pillows stacked one on top of the other, those work wonderfully. So the feet are facing the short edge of your mat, keeping the knees bent, soles pressed into the mat. Taking your props, will press into the soles of the feet, lift the hips, and slide the block, the bolsters, the books, the towels, the blankets, the pillows, whatever you've got, sliding them under the sacrum. So under that nice firm bone just above the tailbone. And letting this be your bridge pose. So the soles of the feet will stay planted into the mat, knees bent, hips lifted ever so slightly, and the sacrum supported by whatever props you have handy. Breathing deeply here, softening through the glutes, releasing that tension in the legs. Always know that if there's pressure in the low back, you can either move the block or whatever prop you have closer to the tailbone, just making sure that it's under the sacrum and not in the low back, or lowering it to a shorter height. So that might mean removing a book or unrolling the towel so it's not as thick. Moving the yoga block to a shorter height. You should feel the tension melt out of the low back. And if the opposite is happening, always know that you can remove the props, lay directly on your back, keeping the knees bent, and that can be your bridge pose for this evening. I invite you to connect to those deep belly breaths. Again, on the inhale, soften the belly, let it expand. As you exhale, let the belly button fall towards the spine.
I feel a change in the weather. I feel a change in me. The days are getting shorter and the birds begin to leave. Even me, yes, y'all. It's been so long alone. I'm headed home. Headed home. Nights are getting colder now. The air is getting crisp. I first tasted the universe on a night like this. box of wine, an alibi, a hunger in her eyes, in a place where the tree of good still
We'll
resides.
take about 10 more rounds of breath here.
She said, show me what you got, babe. I'm not like other girls. Just give me your bad self in a place for us to make a stand. I can move the world. Lift the valley from the floor, honey. Lift down to the sky. They'll say that it's a miracle. You know damn well they're right. Damn well they're right. Homecoming. 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 When your uncle spoke to me, she was like a roadside song. To all the others as you would have them do, even if it turned into this town is my everything. And while it's torn away, it has my heart, it has my heart, you stole 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 my heart.
We'll start to firmly press into the soles of the feet. As you inhale, we'll lift the hips, remove those props from under the low back, lower down, and then we'll windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Actually, along those lines, if you have a pillow, a rolled up towel, a bolster, anything to press between the knees, I'm gonna grab a different one so you can see it all black. Find a gentle twist here. So having the pillow, blanket, towel between the knees just helps to keep the hips level. So we'll turn our knees to the left. Let the shoulders make contact with the mat. And we'll gaze to the right fingertips. So your arms are spread wide like a T. Squeezing the knees into that prop, we'll draw them back through the center, and the knees drop to the right. And let both shoulder blades make contact with the mat, and we'll gaze to the left fingertips. We'll draw the knees back through center. Remove any blocks, bolsters, pillows. And we'll get ready for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So grab any comfy items, a blanket, a pillow, an eye mask for the eyes, warm cuddly socks, a blanket. Get nice and cozy. So let the backside of the body make contact with the mat. The legs can be on the mat, or perhaps they're reaching up a wall, or resting on the couch or a chair. Having the legs elevated is a great way to dive into the parasympathetic nervous system. If your legs are on the mat, let your feet be wider than your hips. Wherever your legs are, let your arms be wider than your shoulders. Let all of the space, expansion, groundedness that you have built throughout the practice tonight, let that sink into the body as the body sinks into the mat. Again, I invite you to find those deep belly breaths. Let the belly expand on the inhale. Let it soften as you exhale. Beginning with the left foot. We'll do a gentle body scan here. Notice all 5 toes. Notice the sole of the foot. The heel, how it feels as it makes contact with whatever is supporting it. Up the leg, the calf muscle, the hamstring, the left hip socket, the glute, The low back. The ribs on the left side. The shoulder blade. Down the arm to the elbow. Down to the wrist. Notice all 5 fingers on the left hand. The back of the head. The neck. The right shoulder. The right arm. The elbow. The forearm. The wrist. And the 5 fingers. The rib cage on the right side. Into the low back. The top of the hip. The pelvis. And the hamstring on the right leg. The calf. And the back of the heel. The sole of the foot. And the 5 toes on the right side. Notice now the top of the right foot. The shin. The kneecap. The quadricep. The hip joint. The abdominals on the right side. The torso. The chest. The shoulder. The bicep. Down the forearm into the 5 fingers. Notice the neck on the right side, and the ear, and the forehead, and the eyebrows, the eyes, the tip of the nose, the mouth, the ear on the left side, down the side of the neck, into the left shoulder, the left bicep, the elbow crease, the forearm, and into the 5 fingers on the left hand. Notice the chest on the left side, the torso, the abdominals, the left hip bone, the socket, the left quad, the left kneecap, the shin, and the top of the left foot. And breathe deeply into the awareness of the body, the awareness of the breath. Giving a gentle wiggle of the toes and of the fingers. Take a nice deep stretch, reach overhead. Draw the knees into the chest. Roll to one side. And taking your time to press up into a seat. Take as much time as you need before you blink the eyes open. Thank you as always for sharing your practice and for joining me this evening.